In 2004, fossil collector Jamie Hiscox was trawling the beaches in Bexhill, Sussex, when he found an unusual-looking rock. But it was only when it made it into the hands of paleontologists at Oxford and Cambridge did its true significance emerge.
The unusual nature of the fossil was really appreciated by Martin Brazier. When you look at the endocranial cast, your eye is caught by sort of smooth, slightly dimpled structures that flank either side of the top of the fossil. And that just looks unusual. It's not sort of rough and porous. It's smooth and rather interestingly textured. And your eye is caught by it and you can't help pick up a hand lens and sort of have a look at it more closely. And you start then to see textures. He saw textures and that really got him interested in what these textures might mean. And then we followed that up by, luckily I know quite a lot about the anatomy of dinosaurs and I could recognize the shape of this thing. And I realized it was an endocranial cast. So once you realize it's the cavity where the brain sat, then obviously the mind starts to click into ideas about, well, could these be something to do with the brain?
Professor Martin Brazier was tragically killed in a car accident 2 years ago, but he left enough research behind for his colleagues to complete his work. Subsequent scanning revealed the brain was similar to that of a crocodile, because it contained membranes known as meninges. Such detail is rarely found on land-roaming dinosaurs because of the decay caused by oxygen, and has led to several theories as to how this creature kept its brain.
What we believe the scenario must have been is that the animal died, and it died near some swampy or stagnant water. And as it died, the animal sort of collapsed and fell in, but as it fell into the water, its head probably rotated so that it was lying on its back. And in that sort of position, the upper part of the head is now sort of partly buried in this stagnant and slightly acidic water. The crucial thing about that is that the acidic nature of the water actually acts to pickle the tissues that are soaked in this water. And that leads to a hardening of these very soft tissues. And the very likely scenario is that the upper part of the head, now the lower part of the head, was soaked in this acid solution. The membranes of the brain and adjacent brain tissues were pickled and slightly hardened. And once that had happened, even though the brain itself was beginning to decay, that allowed minerals to replace the hardened brain tissues and the skull membranes themselves, or the brain membranes.
Dr. Norman hopes that in the future, paleontologists will study fossil remains more closely for other material besides the bones that could reveal much, much more. Adam Page, Cambridge TV News.